giving you all a little story. Once upon a time, I was a little freshman girl that was excited to be entering high school and couldn't wait to be hanging out with my older brother Caleb and all of his friends. In trying to act cool one day, I was walking to class with some of Caleb's friends, and they decided to gently push me towards a giant mud puddle. In those few quick seconds, I tried to be funny and play it off by attempting to jump over this puddle. And clearly that wasn't one of my smartest moments, because my foot slipped right from under me, and next thing I knew it, I was on my backside completely covered in mud with everyone laughing at me. So what more could I do other than to laugh it off, right? So I borrowed my brother's huge pair of basketball shorts for the rest of the day, which was not exactly the cutest fashion statement for me, and thought to myself, welcome to high school. I knew from that day on that high school was going to be a journey. We go through so many things during these 4 crucial years that it becomes less about the outcome and more about the experience. We find our best friends, create embarrassing outfits to show school spirit, spend countless hours perfecting homecoming skit and fantastics, and have our first relationships, where some even get proposed to. We learn the art of procrastination, discover how to not get caught in class for being on Facebook and Twitter, and essentially learn who we are and who we someday hope to become. But will we remember today as an end or as a beginning? As a finish or as the start of something exciting and new? Freshman year, we were the largest class to come into Santa Teresa and made it known to everyone that we had arrived. Sophomore year, we started to get the hang of things and began to ask questions we knew we would never find the answer to, like, why do we have a giant clock tower with no clock? And why is it called Senior Hill if no seniors hang out on it? Still don't know. But these funny perks helped make Santa Teresa feel like home to us. Then in the blink of an eye, we were upperclassmen. As juniors, we now had the experience to know what was expected of us. We got to finally decide which classes we wanted to take, and for most of us, we ended up in American Studies with Young and his ever-so-classic jokes, tag team with Roman and his hilarious stories that we will always be left wondering whether or not they're really true, or with the hilarious Mr. Curry and his ever-so-famous reaction to just about everything by saying, "What about?" Fast forward to senior year. Teachers were warned about how bad our class was and to prepare for the worst, and I believe we did a great job in passing everyone's low expectations. We were the first class in the history of Santa Teresa to have our boys basketball team win CCS in Division I. Quite the accomplishment if you ask me, but aside from that, somewhere along our journey it switched from no longer being asked what sports you play, who you will go with to the next dance, or what problem occurred in trying to purchase tickets at the school bank. But rather, after you graduate, what are you going to do with your life, and how will you impress everyone at the 10-year reunion? With so many new things to look forward to, it's also important to look back and remember those special students whose lives were ended too shortly during our time at Santa Teresa. They were every bit a part of our class as anyone sitting here today, and will always live on in our hearts. You see, high school is tricky. It's the best of times and the worst of times. We learn so much about ourselves and seem to be on an endless roller coaster of obstacles to overcome. But that's what makes it so sweet when we're finished and are sitting here together for one last time. So let me close by sharing with all of you one of my favorite verses in the Bible that comes from 1 Timothy 4:12 and says, "Do not let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example to others in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity." Although we are all young, each and every one of us has a purpose in life that it is now time to go and discover. As it is our turn to say farewell, it's also time to move on and make a difference. So good luck, congratulations, my friends. We did it, and keep it classy.